Laundry list.
Yeah.
Nikita Keaton.
He's going tonight. He feels good out there, so he's going in. Ollie's out. He's going to play with Ference tonight, and we'll see how he does.
Ference over on the right side or Nikita? On the
That hasn't been determined. Both guys are able to do that.
Luke Gasnick and Andrew Miller. What can you tell us on that?
Andrew Miller's on his way up. Luke's feeling a lot better, but we're going to hold him back for tonight. We have a couple days off after tonight's game, so it'll do him good.
So Miller's going to play and he gets in at 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
When it comes to Luke Gasnick, what improvements have you seen in this game? Because he seems to be playing more in the offensive zone than he is in the defensive zone.
Well, a couple of things. I think defensively, he's doing a good job, but also when the puck comes around in the breakout, he's having more poise with it, and he's making plays. And then offensively, he's hanging on to it down in the cycle and doing a good job with that and using his body. So I think those two things come to mind. And he's playing more confident.
When a guy like that, yeah, he said that he's not afraid to make a mistake. I guess that seems to be the theme around the room, but he does still make the mistakes, but is it a situation where you just got to get him back out there and not have him worried that if he makes a mistake, he's going to be planted on the bench for the rest of the game?
Well, yeah, well, I think everybody makes mistakes, right? And it's how you overcome that your next shift. And if you throw him back out there and he parks it and he does something well, then we're ahead of the game. Obviously, if the same mistake keeps on occurring, then it has to be addressed.
So Andrew Miller, you coached him last year. He had an okay year, I guess,
Yeah.
in college. This year he seems to be better. Is that a natural progression to coming out of college, or is he's a smaller player and kind of around the control?
Well, a couple of things with Andrew. Last year he got banged up early at the start of the year. Then he came back and he got off to a bit of a slow start, but then as the season progressed, so did he. He started playing really well. And I think this year you're just seeing a confident guy, knowing the league, and he's putting up some really good numbers. He's having a great year down there. And he's a guy that provides speed, he has skill, and he's smart with the puck. So he has the capability of making plays. If anything, there's one, a bit of a surprise. We thought more he'd be more of a playmaker, which he still is, but he's provided some offense, scoring goals.
So we went to training camp, but we kind of got lost in the shuffle, like so many players, or they looked at other, some of your American years. I didn't notice getting much of a shot.
Well, it's been so long ago. I didn't. But the guy, during training camp, there's, obviously there's certain people we want to see in exhibition games and stuff like that. But in the case of Andrew, I'm not sure what the mandate was with him. But the thing is that the positive thing is he went down in the minors and has played very well.
So is he a Carcabello type player?
Pretty similar. I think Millsy maybe has a bit more speed, but they're pretty similar. That was the book on him when he came to us, is that he plays like Arcabello. But Millsy's, when Millsy goes down the wing, he's pretty dynamic. He can get his feet going, and he has tremendous speed.
Do you have what expectations do you have for Nikita tonight?
Well, we want him to keep a simple game. We want to see see how his conditioning is. I think his conditioning is a lot better than when I first got here. He's worked hard at it, and just to go out there and make the simple play when he has a chance to shoot the puck, and play strong in the corners. I think that's the one thing we'll look at is how his battle is in the corners, and how he feels after those battles.
What did you like or not like about the last time you faced Columbus 5 days ago?
What I liked is how we stuck with the game plan and we battled back. Obviously, not closing the game out. Where we had a lead and then they got one to tie the game up, and we didn't have the result that we wanted. But I thought we played a pretty solid game. I liked our game a lot, and in those situations when we battle back and we're up by a goal, we have to close games out like that. And
That's something you have to work on. Like last game, you got the 4-goal lead and you won. When you're in a tight game, it seems to tip the other way. The other team comes back and scores a goal. You have to learn how to shut it down.
yeah,
Your game somewhat, or
I don't know so much about changing the game. Like on the goal that they scored, there was a wall battle, and then there was loose coverage after that. And so that's something that we just have to learn as we go along. that's, like in that case, we just got to stick with it. We just got to stick with our game plan and have a sense of urgency on those walls, especially late in the game.
Todd, we're seeing a different Anton Lander in the NHL than we've ever seen him in the NHL. But this is probably, is this the same Anton Lander that you were seeing down in the AHL the whole time he's been there? Has he been pretty consistent from there to here in your eyes?
Well, it wasn't like that throughout the years I've coached him there. He's had to work hard at his game, which he has, and he's seen results. There was a time when he first came to us, and he didn't have a lot of confidence in his game, and he really struggled. And then he worked at it, and he got better as the season went on. And I think the next season, he picked it up where he left off and got better and better, and he just saw him growing with more confidence down there. And so he had to work hard at it. And this year, he worked extremely hard. He took another step forward, and it speaks volumes of his character, because he took it upon himself every day after practice to work on the things that he needed to work on by himself. And nobody else was pushing him. He was doing it on his own, and now he's getting rewarded. And so I saw him play down there very well. We saw that offensive side to him, and everybody was waiting for that to translate up here, and now it finally has. And he's been playing good hockey for us. He's feeling confident. He's getting rewarded with some goals, and we're seeing the Anton Lander that we all expected.
Did you ever get the sense that he had not given up, but he was, worried about never getting an opportunity, or did you always sense that he had the belief?
Well, I think at the start of this year, we went through that, and we had a good discussion when he got sent down, and like he was kind of searching, what do I need to do? He was disappointed in himself with the training camp he had, and but at that time he could have went two different directions, and he picked the right one, and now we're seeing that he's getting rewarded.
Todd, I believe we saw Ty Rimmer doing some stairs during practice. I'm not sure how much you know him, but I'm sure you've heard of what he's kind of gone through and what he's trying to achieve. Just wanted to get your thoughts on what kind of guy he is.
Well, Ty is a great character guy. He's someone that like he's overcome an obstacle, and he's got a great attitude, and he's working hard. But with the extent of his situation, I can't elaborate any more on that.
3-on-3.
3-on-3?
But anybody in NHL.
Well, it's in the American League, it was set up where we played 7 minutes of overtime, and then the first 3 minutes was 4-on-4. Then after the 4-minute mark, it went down to 3-on-3. And at the time, I really didn't know what to expect, but I didn't like it at first when I heard about it. But then when you went through it in the game, it was exciting. We went down to 3-on-3, and what we noticed is that throughout the league, I don't know what the exact number is, but shootouts were cut down quite a bit, actually a lot. And so games were ending in the overtime session, especially when it went down to 3-on-3. A goal would happen within the first couple of minutes, because you'd have odd man rushes going back both ways.
3-on-3.
Put out fast players. Yeah, put out fast.
1D or 2D1?
No, I went 2 forwards and 1 defenseman. We played against teams that went 2 defensemen and 1 forward. But my philosophy is go for the win, and so I wanted maybe 2 offensive-minded forwards and have an offensive-minded defenseman and go for it.
What about the changes in the 3-on-3 where guys are dead tired, guy gets to the bench?
That's where it's interesting.
Leave the guy hanging out to dry there, and they're trying to get to the bench.
Especially when we're flip sides, right? And sometimes it's hard to get guys off, and so you got to be really careful in that 3-on-3 where you have to keep your shifts really short. But the whole secret to that is, well, it's not a secret, it's just puck possession. Keep the puck, and so if you have a guy that's tired, he can get a change in and then get some fresh guys out there, but it's all puck possession.
Players would you use in a 3-on-3?
I'd use 3 sets of 2 forwards and 3 defensemen.
9 players.
Yeah.
Like they would in a shootout.
Yeah, cheering the team on. Yeah. No, I didn't do that.
Why would you not go to 3-on-3 directly? Why the progression? 5-on-5, 4-on-4, 3-on-3. Just go to 3-on-3.
I don't know. I think it's. I don't really have a comment on that. We went to 4-on-4 in the overtime session. That was a step, and then now they're looking at the 3-on-3, so it's all a progression, but to answer your question, you know, like, I'm not sure.
So you would always instruct your
What's that?
We talked about this yesterday. For those of you that, when we're talking, maybe we should go to